Hi guys, I'm Kip.
And I'm Carrie.
And this is Thousands of Roots. Welcome to the Sustainability Challenge.
This is an open collaboration, so make sure that you check out the lists and playlists for others who are part of the collaboration.
And if you have a YouTube channel and you're interested in sustainability at all, consider yourself tagged.
Yes.
Please do a video on sustainability, something you're doing that is sustainable or something you would like to start to do to make it more sustainable in your lives. So come along for this journey.
The more the merrier. The area of sustainability we want to share with you guys today is plants.
So, just plant it. As a quick backstory, when we moved here on our property, and you can check out other videos that we've done, we had this old barn that was breaking down in the land, and that's it. So within our first year being here, most of these plants we're going to show you today, we planted them before we even moved into our cabin. So guys, just plant it, because we planted them with extreme neglect.
Right, not intentional neglect, but many of these plants have been neglected because of the situation that we're in. So if you're one of those people that doesn't have a whole lot of time, money, energy, like us, you can plant things in your yard,
Your backyard, your garden.
even just in little pots on your patio. There are many things that you can plant and just leave and they will produce for you.
Now of course it does help if you create an environment for them that's a very favorable environment. An environment where your plants won't just survive but they'll thrive. That's best. We did that for some of these, but most of them we didn't do that with.
Right.
So this is living proof that it works.
Right. So the two big categories that we'll probably be focusing on is herbs and berries.
And we are going to touch on one root crop. That's an amazing root crop. Kind of a dangerous root crop even. Danger, danger, Will Robinson.
So stick it out to the end and we'll share that root crop with you.
We will indeed. Okay.
These are garlic chives and they're super tasty.
Yeah. What can you tell us about this garlic chives, hon? What did we do for these?
These are they were planted from little plants that we got about 3 years ago. And actually all that you see here in this bed were transplanted from the original plant that we put in, I think 3 years ago, into a hugel bed. And they just come back year after year. And they're very mild tasting and delicious. And all the children even like them. JJ will come out and just grab and eat them.
So, just plant it.
Just plant it.
Yes. What you got there, hon?
This is creeping thyme. The idea was that this would just be like sun rays, but has taken over. Very abundant. Creeping thyme.
What is creeping thyme good for?
We love to put it on chicken, but there's all kinds of uses. I just put it in a salve that I'm using for the cow. You can do all kinds of things with thyme. It's wonderful. So just plant it.
Alright, this is African blue basil. It's a cold hardy variety. I love this plant. It is, oh my goodness, it just smells so good.
It does.
And it tastes great. From one plant, we now have 4. And look at this thing.
I just trimmed it.
We just trimmed it. Look at this thing. This is fantastic. And just the smell is good enough.
Yes.
So African and basil, you should know what to do with basil. It's fantastic for seasoning your foods. So guys, just plant it. Alright, what we got here, babe?
We've got the mint family. So representative of the mint family, we have bee balm here. And we've got peppermint and spearmint as well. And so the mint family is one of those that you can plant and it will take over. We have done nothing but try and keep it chopped. And as you can tell, it's just going everywhere. So just plant it. We have 2 comfrey plants here that came up simply because we chopped a bunch of comfrey from our garden and put it down as mulch in this bed. So the chopped up leaves and stems produced new plants. Super easy to propagate, and comfrey is great for all kinds of things. We use it in so many different ways. As fertilizer, as feed for animals. in salves, in teas, highly nutritious, super great healing properties. It's just a great plant to have, especially under fruit trees. It's just an awesome plant. So just plant it.
Alright, this is echinacea. That's another one. It self-seeds though, so be careful where you plant it.
Yes.
It will spread and take over areas. Kind of like the mints will spread and take over.
Yeah.
Also, but echinacea, it's all medicinal.
It's, yeah, medicinal.
So the echinacea is a medicinal plant.
Great for the immune system.
Great for the immune system. So, just plant it. We're in the back side of our garden, and here's another plant that's been very successful. This is blackcap raspberry. It has gone over the fence and it's trying to tip root on the other side. It's trying to root some more. Blackcap raspberry, highly recommend it. We planted this only about 2 years ago. Again, we didn't do hardly anything for it, and it's thriving here. So just plant it. All right, guys, elderberry is another one. This plant has been prolific. We literally planted it. It was only like as big, as tall as this thing is round. We only planted a little plant like this big. And look at what this thing has grown into. There are like 12 plants now. So this thing has just gone crazy. Elderberry. It is fantastic immune boosting. You make syrup out of it. You drink the syrup in the cold and flu times. Whenever you're not feeling well, just start drinking elderberry syrup. Make sure you do it right because the seeds are toxic.
Yeah.
You can make other things out of it as well, but that's all we've used it for so far. So elderberry, just plant it. Blackberries. Why are blackberries so sustainable in our perspective? It's because of the experience we had. The experience that we had with our blackberries tell us that they're sustainable. We planted these blackberries, we didn't water them, we haven't fertilized them, nothing. We propagated them from over there, I'll show you that. And then we let them do their thing. The only thing we did do special is when we planted them, we did wood chip over them. And we only did that because our awesome friend and neighbor, Mark, brought us a huge pile of wood chips. So that part is not sustainable. Grant you that. But we didn't need the wood chips. We just did it for weed control, really. So I love these blackberries. I love these blackberries because this year, from our original 11 plants, we got over 50 pounds of blackberries off of these. And they're thornless. So much more of a pleasure to harvest from these. So check it out. From the original 11 now, we have 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's about 25 here. 30 maybe, 25 or 30. That's pretty cool. So on these two swales, and these are swales by hand, really quick. We dug these swales, and I've talked about that in other videos. We will link that and get all the details on that. But we have about 25-30 plants here from the original 11, and I'll show you that spot. Now over here, we've got one and then one tip rooted there. So one, there's a couple plants right here behind Critter. 2, 3, 7, 8 plants over here. Look how crazy this plant has gone. Look how thick these canes are. This cane, look how thick this cane is. It's better sit down here. Ooh, you can see, super thick. So this is in the garden area, and we've super neglected this last year and stuff. So we'll see how it does when it comes back. But there used to be 11 here. This started with 11 all along here. It was planted pretty tight. And we've, like we said, I pulled out of here about 30 plants or so and put them over in the other spot. So guys, the blackberries are thriving so well. Here's what I got to say about the blackberries. just plant it. Okay guys, this is Jerusalem artichokes. Just wanted to show you a close-up of the leaves. Big leaves. And at the top, they are about to flower. It's going to flower a relatively small yellow flower. I say relatively small, and I'll show you why I say relatively small. Hey guys, this is why I say relatively small. Look at this plant. I am 5 foot 8 inches tall. I'm standing 4 feet up off the ground. And this plant is taller than me. My goodness. So these flowers are only like this big around, which is a pretty good sized flower, but compared to the size of the plant, that's a small flower. So Jerusalem artichokes, or sunchokes, they are a root crop actually, this huge plant, and they make this little root. Be careful where you plant it, but do just plant it. Because when you plant it, if you try to get rid of it, like if you try to harvest all of it, more will come up next year. So be careful where you plant it. Plant it wisely, strategically, in an area where it can just go crazy. But plant it because it's good for you to eat, animals love it, and it's just fantastic, and it comes back year after year on its own with total neglect. So plant it. Are we rolling? We're rolling. This is our first video on the Sustainability Challenge. That's very exciting.
It is.
You kind of don't realize how many things you are doing that is sustainable until you really check it out.
Right.
Because mostly you think, man, I'm not doing anything sustainable. And for the most part, really, most of the things that you're doing in your life, that we're doing in our life, is not sustainable. But there are little pieces here and there that are sustainable. So when you make a little piece here and make a little piece there that's sustainable, and another one, and pretty soon you can start piecing them together, and you can make bigger portions of your life more sustainable. Just little piece by little piece. So be encouraged, you can do it.
Even if you don't have a lot of time or money or energy, highly encourage you to find some of those plants similar to the ones we've shown you and just plant them.
Just plant it. Go for it, guys. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Be sure to check out down below the list of others who are a part of this collaboration, and go check them out. See what others are doing that is sustainable, and maybe you'll get some more inspiration and ideas.
Yes, and be encouraged, you guys. If you think, I can't do a video, I'm not doing anything sustainable, just go for it. Make a little video on something that, even if you aren't doing it sustainably, then something you want to start doing more sustainably in your lives. Just go for it.
You can do it.
So, on this topic, who can't just plant it? Just about anybody can plant things that are sustainable. So go for it, and whatever you do, do it with your whole heart.